Hey there, beautiful souls. Just Intuitive Angel Healer here with your grounded guide to the spiritually awakened survivors of the toxic shadows. Welcome to my new YouTube channel and updated podcast channel, Spoken Like an Angel, Enlightenment for Survivors, where my prophetic words are meant to help stimulate so you can raise your vibe and elevate. Thank you so much for being here today. Today is August 14th, 2023, and today's episode is episode 57, Career Upgrade, Divine Spiritual Download for Energy Healers and Mediums. So, somebody's got a blocked throat chakra already. We're going to have to work on that. We're going to have to work on our throat chakras, because every time I get on here, I get... Or, also because of all that energy that's being sent, I saw 101 as I say that. So we're going to get these words out. And today it's all about upgrading your career, beautiful healers. I have a message out here specifically for my energy healers out there that do like Reiki, your certified chakra healer. And I also have a specific message for if you're a medium or you're thinking about getting into a medium, or, this is like been your side hustle and you haven't fully went into your purpose yet because you're just having the fun of the woo woo, but you're not fully committing to the purpose of it. And it's much more than just sharing messages of gossip. Some people use the word for gossip, some people use it to help them, to heal them. That's when you're talking to a karmic reader, when they're excited about all the drama and the chaos. Because if you're a spiritual worker, light worker, chosen one, you don't like to be in the chaos, you don't like to be in the drama, because you've had too much of it. It was never fun for you because you were the part of the drama and the chaos, that they wouldn't just stop bringing you stuff. That is why you don't have any fun for it, and you're starting to enlighten, and that's why you don't tolerate it very well. When you're karmic, you have no boundaries, you have no cares in the world, because you literally don't care about anybody, not even yourself. And you project all those feelings that normal people have about, with conscience and stuff like that. They project that other places, and usually onto you. So that's why you feel negative, like say if you're in the presence of a narcissist. So I want to share this message with you to help get your inspiration, your motivation, and most importantly, your courage and your clarity out here, because Spirit wants to remind you, beautiful healers, that you may look odd in the eyes of society, but in spirit, you're perfect and you're beautiful, and you're doing exactly as you're supposed to. When it's flipped around, it's funny, you have all these people that are not spiritually awakened yet, and they're sitting here laughing, pointing the finger, when in the end, they're going to be the ones, mark my words, that are going to be asking for your help to jump on the boat, just like Noah's Ark. And if you need some inspiration, I'm hearing, go watch that movie with what's his name, where he's told to build an ark. I can't think of the movie. I'm sorry guys, I can't think of stuff and channel at the same time, and that's why I should have written it down, but it just popped in my head. I'm seeing Evan Baxter, yeah. It's Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so moving on, we're going to get into this message. So I want to go ahead and share this prayer with you first. So if you want to bow your heads, if you're able to, and I got this prayer from brokenhearted.com. Dear Lord, thank you for this new day. Please speak your truth to our minds and fill our hearts with your peace. We seek your will and wisdom in all things. Please Please lead and guide us and deliver us from evil. May we be the reason someone smiles today, and may we serve you well. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. See, the darkness didn't even want me to get that message out, and I'm going to start saying that prayer more just because it's important to invest more in the power of prayer. Spirit keeps telling me that today. Invest in the power of prayer, because whether you believe it or not, when you are complaining or falling into those low vibes and letting it take over you, you are now talking to the darkness, to the devil. And most people are like, no, I'm not, I'm talking to God. But when you're constantly in complaint, God doesn't live in that. He's in the love and light energy. So that's why it's important when you gotta put your head up and you gotta look to the sky. That's because that's where God lives, is in the higher realms. He doesn't live in the darkness. So that's why you've got to raise your energy, or you are in fact talking to the darkness. And the darkness doesn't answer prayers, but they're very sneaky, and usually you have to sell your soul to get that prayer answered. So it's not worth it to me. I'll just have patience. But some people can't have patience, and they connect with their ego, which connects to the darkness because it's unbalanced. A healthy ego doesn't do that. It protects you. So that's why it's important to get stronger within, and that helps you to not seek so much around you, because sometimes 1222, as I say this, when you're seeking around you, you're not seeing that discernment, and it's ultimately confusing you. And the moment you start feeling confusion, you know the darkness is the one that is in charge of it. So, all right. I want to share, I'm hearing that you're becoming a better version of yourselves every day. You need to forgive the past and release it. Stop beating yourself up for it. Everything happened in divine timing, as it should. And most importantly, remember, it's not your fault. You were in a different mindset and energy when you made this karmic choice. So it's about you starting to enlighten and be aware of your choices, because that's the only way you can heal them, is to get them out of your subconscious and your conscious, and to release them from your spirit. You need to know that your spirit irritates their demons, and beware of someone who makes you feel guilty about what they are doing to you, because they're stuck in victimhood. They have a hidden agenda, and they are focused on gaslighting and manipulating you. These are definitely energy takers, and also other things that are energy takers that you need to remind yourself of, beautiful souls, is overgiving, negativity, no movement. If you have mess and clutter, these are, I'm hearing, your root chakra. You need to strengthen that. Dehydration. Spirit can't talk to you if you're not drinking water, and you can't just keep continuing to put sugar water into your body. That's what soda is. Overworking, overthinking, stress and resentment, fear. Fear is the biggest thing that'll cut you off and take away all your energy and drain you. Archangel Zadkiel is around you right now. His name means the righteousness of God. His color is the violet color. You can work with the violet flame. This archangel is like a life coach, and it'll help you develop your crown chakra, which is your memory, and your archangel of mercy and forgiveness. Okay, because you had I'm hearing a lot of childhood trauma, and you were actually preyed on, or something was done to your memory as a child, so you don't remember all the torture. I'm hearing the torture that you had. Wow. Some of you were really tortured as a child, and wow. Yeah. And you got hit in your head a lot. And so this archangel is helping you bring back your memory, but not the parts of the memory. Some of that they don't want you to remember. They're going to help you remember parts enough to help speak your truth to close out this karmic lesson I'm hearing. This archangel is also associated with the planet Jupiter, and this planet Jupiter is all about abundance, tolerance, mercy, good fortune, prosperity, and happiness. And also, this angel is going to help any tortured souls release victimhood out there. So it's important for you to take a moment and, especially if you have a karmic reader out there that you have been hearing about, these are definitely energy takers, even listening to. So stop tuning in to negative energy that just takes from you, is what I'm hearing. I have a divine message, number 3 healing message here from 2 Chronicles, verses 7, 14, 15. If my people who are called by name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayers in this place. So it's important that's why I was saying you need to know what is your vibration level. Are you more tuning into your complaints and your wants rather than your needs and what's for your highest good? Because if you do that, then yes, you're not going to hear the voice of God, and you're not going to feel like he's answering your prayers, because he doesn't answer prayers of the ego. He answers prayers of your highest self, which is why when you pray to the angels and you ask them, they're connecting their messengers. That's why you pray to God, but you're praying and the angels are your messengers to make sure your message gets up there to God. Especially if you're at a low vibration, say you're in a lot of grief and you can't be happy while you're praying, because that's definitely hard. But that's why God made angels, so he can always hear your prayers. But you need to know who you're directing your energy to. Are you directing it to try to change it from low vibration to high, or are you just in a low vibration and you won't take any accountability, or you don't want to change, so you just want to sit there? Then that's where you're going to be starting to not be connected to your angels and your higher self, because they're in the 5D and the 12D, and you're going to start hearing more of the ego and all the desolate souls around, is what I'm hearing. So, all right. So I want to get into this. Let me know, hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you guys are feeling this message. That is a message for everybody in the collective, and these messages are all timeless messages. So, but usually, the timing is about 3 to 4 months. It just depends on your actions. I don't like to give time because it can change depending on how you follow the guidance. But okay, so I want to speak to a certified chakra healer, an energy healer, Reiki healer. If you haven't got certified, you need to. And if you haven't invested in sound bowls, do that too. This is a family bloodline gift. Even if people aren't talking about it, you have this passed down from generations. It's important to start practicing. Ultimately, you're going to start creating workshops, energy healing workshops out there. And this is going to help supplement your funds, but it's also going to help you break out into your purpose. You're in stage 3 of spiritual awakening, a lot of you out there, and that's the dark night of the soul. This is the great purge. You're purging all those karmic lessons. You're seeing all the karmic events for their truth, and you're healing generational sides of your karma, not just one side but both, because you have a mother and a father. Whether they're present, their karmic lessons are going to be present. So know that the dark night of the soul can be revisited multiple times, because there's 6 levels to the spiritual awakening, and I'm about to make a video on this. You don't just go through the 6 stages, boom, 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 I'm done in a year. No. Mine has taken 6 years, and I felt bad about that at first, but I was starting to look at all the trauma that I have suppressed over the years and repressed and all that good stuff. I don't even know how I made it this far, but I know how I made it this far. The angels brought me. But just focus that you're becoming a better version of yourself But if you need a purpose, this is a perfect time to start. If you're in that dark night of the soul, start studying. Okay, it's perfect time to start studying because you don't want to really have a lot of interaction with people. But this is the time for you to start healing and start studying, because God only puts you in isolation for the time that your soul needs it, just like He doesn't activate your third eye if you're not ready. But on a soul level, if you spend your dark night of the soul knowing that this is going to purge a lot of unhappiness, a lot of unhappy thoughts maybe, but it's going to make it leave your soul and so you can fully heal. Try to give gratitude to the process instead of resisting the process. Spirits also reminded me of the karmic law of here and now, number 9. 9 is a number of endings. 999 is definitely means big endings are coming. We cannot be present if we are looking backward. Remove attachment to the past. You have a heavy emotional anchor in the past, which is causing you a scarcity mindset. You need to release this worry and fear. You need to release this fear and worry. Sorry, I'm dyslexic sometimes when I speak. I found this, I do this naturally my whole life. It's kind of crazy. Use law of attraction to manifest, ask, believe, receive. You need to start creating vision boards and definitely go out in nature. That's where you get your power to be a healer, is through the sun, especially, and through the water. Those are two major things that you need. All 4 elements, earth, water, wind, and fire. And but this will help you create a gratitude attitude. You got to also remember the karmic law of responsibility, which is number 5. So 555 is a number of big changes. We must take responsibility for what is in our life, and that's just like taking accountability for your sins. If you go to God and you take accountability for the sin that you've done, but you stop doing it and you work on becoming better and healing it and releasing it, God's not going to keep condemning you to the same sin. You can only do that. So that's why it's important to fully release this, because especially if you're an energy healer, it affects whether you think it or not. It is affecting your clients. If you're not fully in your energy, you're halfway on, halfway off. So you're robbing your clients actually of the benefits of what they actually could be having. You're much more powerful. And if you're a powerful healer right now, imagine how much more powerful you are. Or if you're just starting out, it's important for you to start connecting with your hope right now and start sifting through these karmic lessons and seek the truth. The truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. Start connecting with believing. Believing is and that's where you start receiving, but you got to get in that energy and start letting new beginnings happening, because that's what's holding up your new beginning. You're not getting that new beginning because you're refusing to let go of stuff in the past. And this is also going out to a karmic reader or a karmic healer out there. You have a lot of evil eye energy on you, and that is why you're not able to connect. That's why you're feeling so down right now. And it's really important, once you are becoming aware of this and return that energy back to sender, know that this is part of spiritual attacks. They're especially doing it in the middle of the night. If you keep waking up in the middle of the night and you're a healer, you have somebody out there, but God's protecting you. Your angels are definitely protecting you. Right now, you need to work on cooperation instead of competition, especially if you are a karmic reader, because you're not going to stop being a karmic reader, spiritualist, or shaman, which means you're going to have lessons. And then you're not participating in this circle of love and healing that light workers came to do if you're a karmic spiritualist reader or any of that, because now you're not teaching God's true word out there. You're teaching whatever entity is attached to you and is connecting with your ego, and that is the message that you're sending out. And that's why you're having a lot of drama on social media, is what I'm hearing right now. And also, I'm seeing 40-40. So if you're on the opposite of that, and maybe you're just you feel really low right now, and you've been trying to get out of it. It's all about awareness right now, because the moment you are aware of it, yes, they can have their days, but they can't take over your energy. Magic only works, the darkness only works if you believe in it, if you give them your power. That's why they're sneaky about it, and they do it when you're not paying attention, like when you're sleeping. I'm hearing somebody needs to put some kind of black, like pyrite or jet or tourmaline underneath their pillow. This will help you protect yourself when you're in the astral realm, because they're attacking you. Right now, connect with your hope and know that you are supported. If you're seeing crows out there, this is a sign too that about your spiritual awakening, and it's also like a death of the ego. There's also gossip out there about you, but you can't connect with that. You just need to let it go. I keep hearing frozen, let it go. Also, when you're seeing these crows, they are a warning that you have shapeshifters around you, and that's part of why you're going through the spiritual awakening, because you're still connected with people of the past, and they're keeping you in this low vibrating energy because they want to take from you. I'm hearing you have the keys to the kingdom, but you need to just ask. And you need to start communicating with your spirit team and start connecting with your femininity, which is receiving that energy, instead of your masculine, which is giving energy. Start paying yourself first. Stop giving to the world before you give to yourself, because again, that is trauma, that somebody told you that you're selfish because you take care of you first. If you've been seeing white feathers, there's someone in spirit that's been trying to get a hold of you to get your attention. I'm hearing a lot of yellow. You you need to connect with your courage. Definitely connect with your solar plexus. There's also somebody here in spirit. There's a couple of people. It says my so-called homies set my murder up, a trendy dresser. I know one of my friends, Jerome, is here, because ultimately I thought when he was 17 that he committed murder, like his suicide. That's what I was told. But as I've been connecting with him in spirit, I found out that he didn't do that himself, which I didn't think he did. He's actually, whoever he was with that night, they set it up to look like he did it, and he didn't. And so whoever's listening out, the flying monkeys, why don't you go investigate that? Because my friend died in cold blood, and his so-called friends did it. But when everybody showed up on the scene, guess who made it look like he did it to himself? Inquiring minds want to know. 2323, as I say that, and God really, and my friend Jerome. I'm also hearing Sally Sue. So if you, maybe these friends could have been in gangs, they could have been in the street life. My friend was in the street life. He wasn't in the gang. And he was only 16 too. But there's other people, like they come in groups. So if this message is resonating, if you have a friend in spirit that was, taken out, and it was covered up, they want you to know they're sending a message of letting go and rising above problems. And I'm hearing they were trendy dressers. So like maybe they wore a lot of FUBU, because this is someone back in the day. A lot of Sean John. Stacy, I'm hearing Kenneth Cole. I'm hearing you can't, like, whoever this is, Kenny. I'm hearing you can't connect with your anger, because that's what they did, and that's why they're here, because they connected with their anger and their ego, and it ended up costing them their life that night. You got to start believing in miracle healing and the problems being resolved, but you can't keep adding to the problem. So you're divinely protected, and the ascended masters are with you. You got to keep the faith. 777. And now I'm hearing the song, every step I take, every move I make, Every single day, every day I pray I'll be missing you. Yeah, that song makes me cry because that's my friend Jerome. Because he died in the 99, and it really hurt my feelings. I find out 24 years later that it didn't happen by his own hands. I didn't believe that at first, but when he told me more, it really hurt my feelings that the people that I thought they were my friends too. And hey, they turned around, and I guess I'm thankful to God that my life's still here because he lost his life. They just didn't get a hold of me because they had the same plans for me. How about that? Crazy stuff you learn in life. So be thankful for life right now is what I'm hearing. Also, you have somebody in spirit. These jumped in real quick, so I want to share them with you. Somebody who's a scientist in your life. They were very closed-minded during their life, and they're very sorry, and they want you to know every lesson you learn. I'm right next to you learning it too. So I'm hearing an aunt and uncle. This is my great aunt stepping in, Catherine, and Clydell. And they're saying I was made to be the sacrificial lamb of the group. So I know that's Clydell talking to me. I haven't, that hasn't quite been shared all the way, but if you have someone, I'm hearing Molly, Sally, Benny, and Joe. If they were a scientist, that's your crossed over loved one friend, then they want you to know that they didn't love themselves very much, and they need you to release unforgiveness because they didn't do that, and it made them very depressed most of their life. Also, stop holding your breath and breathe. Just breathe. You got to stay connected to your spirit team right now and your self-love. Stop connecting to the darkness, because when you don't connect to the music of your soul, you're connecting to that dull thump in the darkness is what I'm hearing. So please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. 27 minutes into this. I'm going to finish this up with the message for my mediums out there. Please let me know if this is resonating with you, because Spirit definitely had a say-so in this message today. I'm also, okay, so this message, if you're a medium or if you're thinking about, like, you're starting to see auras, you're starting to see ghosts, you're starting to see spiritual things, this is a confirmed life purpose. You've probably been seeing it your whole life. You just disconnected from it. Ghosties love to connect with you. Start taking courses, get certified, get your information, get your lineage, get your history, I'm hearing. Incorporate this aspect in your business. This is a family bloodline gift. There's mental mediums, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairalience, which is clear smell, and clairgustance, which is clear taste. Physical mediums, two, which are levitation, automatic writing, and channeling. And for somebody out there, Spirit wanted me to share this message with you, specifically about becoming a medium. And they sent me to this website, centerofexcellence.com, and it says becoming a medium. Have you ever felt a strong intuition or connection to spirits beyond the physical realm? If so, you may have the potential to develop mediumship abilities. Whether you're looking to pursue a career as a medium or simply deepen your spiritual practice, this information will be helpful for you. A medium is someone who has the ability to connect with spirits of deceased loved ones, spirit guides, and non-physical entities. Mediums use their intuition, extrasensory perception, and other psychic abilities to receive messages, symbols, and impressions from these spirits. They communicate this information to clients who are seeking comfort, healing, or guidance from their loved ones in spirit. Mediumship is often used in spiritual and holistic healing practices, as well as in paranormal investigations and entertainment. What does a medium do? They serve a bridge between the physical world and the spirit world, opening up a channel for communication. And this is what I want you to know, that you can use a whole bunch of different tools to connect. Because when I first started, I had a lot of karmics trying to get me off my path. And they did not want me to connect to my gifts. So they kept like making fun of things when I would use my oracle cards and tell me I'm not a real medium, which is not true. So clairvoyance, clairaudience, which is clear healing, clairvoyance is clear seeing, clairsentience is clear sensing, and five signs you have mediumship abilities. You're intuitive and you have a very empathetic nature. You have a lot of unexplained phenomena around you. You're familiar with the spiritual realm and you feel very drawn to it. You have a strong connection to nature. Mediums often have a strong connection to nature and feel energized or inspired by spending time outdoors. They feel a sense of peace and tranquility in nature settings because that's where your the ancestors' lives are, in the trees. And then you have visions or premonitions. But it's important to practice. Okay, you have to practice, or your intuition's like a muscle. If you don't practice it, it won't get bigger. You have to practice meditation, strengthen your psychic abilities, attend workshop classes, practice with partners, keep a journal. Use your cards. You can use oracle cards all day long because especially oracle cards, they're there to trigger, like, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So that's what they're there for, is they help trigger, and then you see the rest of the picture usually in your third eye when you're a medium. But mediums are becoming a lot different than the ones that we saw in the 90s. So know that there's a lot of different choices, but you got to stop creating this self-sabotage in your mind. This is coming from your inner child, and Archangel Raphael, which is the healer angel, is helping you to heal this within you. But you need to be aware that your inner child is keeping you small because it's wounded. Think about a 7-year-old who's afraid to get on stage. That's the energy you're connecting with. So be aware of this so you can release it and become familiar with the law number 12, karmic law of law and significance and inspiration. Rewards are a result of the energy and effort that we put into it. If you start doing the work and start clearing out your energy and start studying, you will start receiving your gifts and you'll start becoming way better. But they go offline. That's like the human thing. Our spiritual gifts go offline when we connect to our ego. When we start connecting to our heart center again, that is when spirit starts connecting in and giving us our gifts and upgrading them. Okay, but I'm hearing the agreement number 3 of law of agreements. Don't make assumptions. Find courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate clearly with others to avoid miscommunications and misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. You got to really release judgments and preconceived notions, especially when it comes to speaking with spirit, because everybody's closed-mindedness when I first started off told me, no, that's not how spirit works. So I thought it was supposed to be like Ghost, and Patrick Swayze was supposed to just appear in front of me and I'm supposed to hear and see all these things. But the thing called trauma kept me from doing this. Now I've been seeing ghosts my whole life and supernatural things, but because of my trauma, it disconnected me from my higher self, and I have a pituitary tumor that actually helped block my crown chakra from receiving the messages, and that's what it was. And so I had to go a little differently about it to connect with spirit. And I do use oracle cards when I connect with the divine, which most people don't use oracle cards when they're doing mediumship. But for me, I could not connect to spirit's message because I was such in trauma and I didn't trust anybody. I didn't trust myself. I had a lot of wounds when I was going into this. But I started making better choices for myself, and I started paying attention to the synchronicities and tuning out other people's opinions of how it should go. Because really, to be honest, it's just like the Bible, people put, that's not everything that happened in that time era. That is parts of things that happened with God. That is a section of Jesus getting crucified and getting put on the cross. But there was so much history and so many things that were going on that you can't just put that as our only. That's why I read from the Bible, but I like to talk about it and know that there's a way deeper meaning than what's just printed in that book. Somebody really needs to hear that, and that's going to help you, because you need to, this is a test, cleanse your soul and connect with spirit and your higher guides, and you'll start trusting yourself more. Right now, you're listening to everybody else who's saying, nope, that's not true. You can't do that. And they're saying that because they're afraid, because they can't do it. So they're like, what's wrong with me that I can't do it? But they're not going to tell you that. They're just going to be a narcissist and tell you that you did it. It's your fault. I'm hearing on both sides, whether you're an energy healer or a medium, you need to know that you are a caregiver, but you're not everyone's caregiver. Stop overgiving. That is an energy taker, and that is connecting with your masculine energy, which is not helping matters. You need to know that you are worth people giving to you, and you are worth not charging people $10 for your services, because they have something wrong with them if they're telling you as a business owner what your prices are. People can either pay them or not, but it's not somebody's opinion, because they're not working for you, and it's not their place to set that opinion. So please don't connect with that energy. That's just taking you off your path. I'm hearing a lot of choices are coming in, but these choices, use your discernment, because you're going to have the choice to choose to either go through the lit door with, prosperity in it, or go back through another karmic lesson. And God gives you plenty of warning. Like, I've asked God to warn me about something, and he's going to give you plenty of warning. But if you keep writing it off to, it's kind of like the movie Ferdinand, where he's like, if I shouldn't go to the festival, I want this egg to hatch right now. 1, 2, 3, 10. Okay, it didn't hatch, and it hatched afterwards. What did he do? He went to the festival and he got in trouble. Had a big old thing happen. That's a movie, Ferdinand, if you want to go watch it. 40/40, I'm going to leave you with that. You are on the right path, beautiful souls. If you're seeing this angel numbers, work in a manner that best serves your purpose in order for this outcome to manifest. You are on the right path, attracting all the blessings in your life, and you are ready to welcome new love and new life into your life. Now is your time. The odds are in your favor. And I'm hearing, especially if you're a medical medium, go to Barnes and Noble. I have the link. It's for Medical Medium, and it's by Anthony William. Secrets Behind Chronic and Mystery Illness and How to Finally Heal. So some of you are medical mediums out there that you didn't even know. And Anthony Williams, it says, the medical medium has helped millions of people heal from ailments that they have been misdiagnosed or ineffectively treated, or that doctors can't resolve on their own. Now he returns with an elevated and expanded edition of this book, where he first opened the door to healing knowledge from over 30 years of bringing people's lives back. With a massive amount of healing information that science won't discover for decades, Anthony gets to the root of people's pain or illness, and that's why they need to do to restore their health. His tools and protocols achieve spectacular results, even for those who have spent many years and many thousands of dollars on all forms of medicine before turning to him. They are the answers rising from the ashes. So this is like, there's a whole series of these. But Anthony William, they have one called Brain Saver, Cleanse to Heal, Celery Juice. Definitely get this book, because this is going to help you. This is actually a synchronicity. If you ding, 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 synchronicity. I gotta get a little bell. That is definitely a synchronicity, but you need to start studying more, and you need to know that you need to be open to receive gifts that don't have strings attached. You are on this fine line of, because you're a natural born entrepreneur and you're going to break out into the spotlight, both of you. Especially if you're a medium, because I hear you're going to write some kind of book, or you're going to, because medical mediums are still being put out there. So you're part of this like new arrival of light workers. But you need to really use your discernment, because the darkness likes to, put those gifts that have strings attached to them. But if it's truly coming from God, you've manifested this. You don't have to do anything out of your element to get this. This is coming for you. Natural. I'm hearing natural spotlight. I don't know. You're like a natural spotlight person. You like to be in the spotlight. You need to, again, the law of here and now. Be in this present moment and make the choices that feel your highest good, not your ego. And that's how you're going to know. Because if it's going with your ego, it's probably going with your inner child. And that's why you need to definitely use discernment before you just take gifts. But know that, pay attention to your dreams right now, because Spirit's definitely talking to you through your dreams. You definitely have the gift of mediumship, but it's definitely, you can't just turn it on, turn it off. It's something that you need to practice, and you need to do daily, at least 20 minutes a day, at least, to connect. And Spirit likes a time to connect with when you're first starting, to make sure you're serious. So you need to do the same place and the same time every day until you start getting that natural flow of Spirit. I needed to throw that in before I release this message. So definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to get you they just gave me names today. So Tiffany, Lola, Melanie, Shalandra, Shane, Cain, and Abel is significant for somebody. Mustafa, Millie, Mannie, Steve, Yolanda, Mary, Sue, Tony, Mike, Dave, and Victor. And that throat chakra. I got the message of angel number 564, a promised future. Angel number 564 is a reminder from the spiritual forces that you have to be humble and kind in everything you do in your life. Besides, God has promised you a better life if you can humble yourself. Perhaps you will earn endless blessings when you continue with the work that you are doing in life. Equally, greatness comes as a result of the connection you have with God. So things you should know about number 564 is the power of forgiveness is greater than what you can think of, and you have to learn to forgive people, and you will live a free life entirely. Notably, what you need to keep doing is build the love you have for the people around your surroundings. And peace is also a common association with 564. You have recently been at a stage in your life where everything is collapsing and you do not know how to deal with this. Do not be afraid. Do not look back and regret. The angels say that everything that happens in life is for a reason. And with that, beautiful souls, 4343, I'm going to wish you a prosperous Monday and a wonderful and happy rest of your day. Love and light, beautiful souls. Have a wonderful day. Your angels love you. I love you. And God definitely loves you. Don't give up today.